All right, my friends, so Kate writes in, she has $50,000 she's bringing over to Vanguard and wants to know what I think about Vanguard's recommendations. So she wanted to go with a Wellesley, which is roughly 35.65, and Vanguard said they recommended a 60-40 portfolio instead. And I'm not sure what kind of portfolio, if it's one of their advisory services portfolio, I'm not sure. But my concern is I think she might be mixing up Wellesley with Wellington, frankly, which is easy to do, by the way. So I'm going to assume she means Wellington as opposed to Wellesley, because Wellington would be more aligned with a 60-40 portfolio that Vanguard is recommending. And Kate says, hey, what do you think? The Vanguard reasoning is literally they're saying, look, there's more diversification in a 60-40 portfolio than there will be Wellington or Wellesley. And again, we're going to use Wellington because Wellington is large cap domestic value stocks and U.S. bonds. I'm sure there's a couple other sorts of bonds in there as well. That reasoning is legit. It's literally legit. The issue that we have, and you know, past performance can't lead to future results. I get it, but I'm going to throw the butt out there. I mean, I've done videos on Wellington versus these other funds over 20, 30 years. And, you know, Wellington is just the knees bees, or the bee's knees, the knees bees, I guess the bee's knees, the cat's meow, the cat in the hat. Wellington takes the cake. Let's see, what other kind of cliches can I use? Wellington is I don't know what else to use. Anyway, so it's always a question of diversification versus less diversification. Here's what I look at. Wellington's easy. You drop in there and you're done with it. Will Wellington outperform? I have got no clue. Will the 60-40 outperform? I have got no clue. Diversification, to quote my man Michael Kitces, he says, means you always have to say you're sorry. Why do you have emerging markets? Why do you have large cap value? Why do you have this? Because something's always going to underperform. Relative to but that would be the case with Wellington too. I mean, Wellington will underperform when large cap value is bad. The drawback is Wellington is just such a superior fund. If I had one fund to choose, I'm going to Wellington, man. I'm going to Wellington over a 60-40 portfolio. A little bit more exposure to domestic stocks. I just don't trust these international companies as far as I could kick. I mean, I was looking at some other firms that are saying we expect emerging markets to give us, you know, the freaking boom relative to the U.S. And I just think their biases as such, they think the U.S. Doesn't have more growth in it. And I just I don't know if it's anti-Trump. I don't know if it's statist. I don't know what these Wall Street guys, I just don't think they like America or Americans that much. And they think we can't do the job that these highly educated, hardworking people in China, Thailand, Indonesia can. And I just don't believe that. I just don't. So I'm banking on the U.S. I think I mean, look, man, I love my Vietnamese brothers and sisters who come to America. I love those who are staying in Vietnam. I love them all. But the idea that there's something inherent in America which makes us lazy or not able to compete on an international basis, I just don't believe that as far as I can see. Does that mean some millennials are lazy? No, it means there's some millennials are lazy. But I don't get this whole thing anti-millennial craze, which is, I think, what this is. You know, they watch this stupid Twitter. No one's on Twitter except for stupid people. Is all there is to it. And when I say stupid, I mean the political addicted, just narcissist. The vast majority of Americans are out there doing stuff, working hard. The idea that the vast majority of Americans are sitting on their butts waiting for handouts is nuts. And so the whole point about the idea of the diversification into international markets, in my opinion, is a slap on America, thinking America's best days are behind us. And I just don't think so. Now, maybe that's my own bias, because I do like the Trumpster. I do. I don't think so. I think I learned my lesson after Obama when he came in 2009, and I thought for sure socialism was taking over. Even Obama, with his band of lefties, Nancy Pelosi and whatnot, from the 2008, 2009, 2010, they couldn't stop the U.S. train. Now, Trump is throwing coal into the fire to get it going more, but Obama couldn't stop it. Trump's adding fuel, and you know, if Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders gets in, they're not going to stop it. The train is the U.S. is built for growth. Might not be built for speed anymore because we're getting older, but it's built to grow and certainly to compete. So take it as it will. Maybe it's pro-America bias, but USA in your face, baby. And so I would go to Wellington. I don't know your circumstance. Don't sue me, bro. But if I had two choices, I'd just go to Wellington and be done with it. Hope this helps.